Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today I'm going to be showing you something that I consider to be a hole in a lot of everyday carry kits, and that is a sewing kit. Did you get the pun there? Did you enjoy that? Let's get started. You see, because the pun, which I intend puns, I prefer my puns intended, is that if there's a hole, then you can patch it with the sewing kit. So this is a sewing kit that you get from Dollar Tree of all places. I say of all places. I had to go to 6 of them before I found these back in stock. And basically, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors. We have green, gray, blue, white, black, red. A pair of useless scissors. Well, you know what? We're going to test that. A thimble. A crap ton of sewing needles. A thread starter. And actually something you can keep in the kit for everyday carry. This is a measuring device in both inches and metric. And what I like about these versus like a measuring tape is if I need to measure length, that's great. But if I need to measure the diameter of something, then I can go like this, and it's 9 inches. Not bad. So that's something worth keeping in your kit, even if you're not going to be keeping everything in here. And then some odds and ends, some safety pins, and buttons. For those of you who don't know, they do put a piece of tape across here that will prevent the lid from rotating, which acts as a bit of a safety. And it's going to fight me. Okay, so you'll move it until that opening lines up with whichever sewing needle length and or diameter you're looking to get, and it will feed only those. You can see it's not the most reliable of systems, but it is one of the cheaper systems. What you'll do is, I usually don't have too much difficulty with trying to thread the needle, but what you can do with this starter is shove this essentially spring-loaded wire into the eye, give it a pretty firm push. You can see why I usually don't mess with these. Come on now. Okay, and once you do, you'll notice on this side, you now have that opening, that flag. And what you'll do is take a little bit of your thread, run it through that flag you just created. It's essentially the eye of a needle, but substantially larger. And then you'll pull it through. And that is a threading aid that will allow you to possibly more easily thread the thread onto the needle. I said these were poop. I'm not sure. Not a lot of throw, but you are cutting thread. So let's see. Unaided, in that I'm only going to be holding one end of the thread. They do bind. It more folds the thread over than actually cuts. And they come apart in your hand. So I cannot attest to the quality of the scissors. To be fair, one end is probably already going to be sewed into the material, and you'll be holding the other end, right? So they do cut. I had to hold this end and kind of pull it taut to get it to cut, but they aren't useless. They're just something I wouldn't rely on. Since this is part of a everyday carry kit, I have full-size and keychain Victorinoxes, all of which have much superior scissors, so I'm not super concerned about that. But it gives you pretty much everything you need. You don't necessarily need to keep it in this kit. I will not. I'll be putting it into a smaller kit, and hopefully not too small of a kit, because one of my adages with everyday carry is just because you don't necessarily need it doesn't mean someone else won't. So I carry some things like a iPhone charging cable. I don't have an iPhone. Why would I need to carry that? Well, some people choose to carry an iPhone. So family members and all, when we're having reunions and birthday parties and taking pictures and their phones are running low, I can charge them back up. So I have had a couple occasions at work. One coworker had a belt loop fail and his belt wasn't holding up his pants. The other guy had a hole in his pocket. Another guy had something with his shoe. It's hard to keep straight. So I have used this actually quite a bit until I lost it and couldn't use it anymore. So this is a replacement for a kit I used to have. Again, I'm going to scale it down into a smaller kit. The one it comes with is perfectly serviceable. But again, I feel like this is a hole in a lot of people's everyday carry kits. Just your everyday carry bag or your everyday carry slings or what have you could and eventually will start developing some holes or failure points or strains or stuff like that, and having the means with you to go ahead and address those now, especially in a public setting, may be advantageous to some of you out there as it is to me. So as always, this is outside the target demographic. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, leave them in the comments section below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.